Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how you, or better to say your sim, can become a vampire in The Sims 4. There are multiple ways how your sim can become a vampire in the game. Some of them take longer, some of them are faster, but you need to know that vampires are not part of a base game in The Sims 4, so you need to own DLC which is called Vampires and it's a game pack. First option is create a sim, because you can create occult sims in create a sim. So if you are starting a new game, this is the fast option how to turn your sim into a vampire. Create a new game, and once you have your sim ready in create a sim, we will turn them into an occult sim. And this button here, pick an occult, will allow you to switch your sim into an occult sim. So click that and then you will have an option to select an occult sim. So we are going for a vampire. You can see that pick an occult button turned into a vampire, and here where I'm hovering with my mouse, I will be able to add dark form for my vampire. If you add dark form to your vampire sims, they will turn into their dark form when they're feeding, suffering from thirst and using certain powers. And I think it's more fun to have dark form, so I'm adding that to my sim, and now you can see that I have two options, one normal state of my sim and a dark form. This button will allow you to link dark form with sim form, and when linked, any changes made in either form will automatically be copied to the other. So if you want to do any changes to your dark form, make sure you are in a dark form of your sim, and now you can play around with any details you want to add to your vampire sim. And because I had my dark form linked to my sim form, you can see that she looks like a vampire even in her sim form. So if you had your dark form linked to sim form and now you will change your mind, you can unlink it here, and then you will change your sim form to more normal looking sim. You can add more sims if you want a larger household, and once you're ready, you can simply confirm it and start to play as a vampire. Second option is a gameplay option, and you will ask a vampire in your sim world to turn you into one. And because my sim doesn't know any vampires, we will travel to Forgotten Hollow. Forgotten Hollow is the world that came out with the DLC Vampires, and you will find it on the world selection. For this option, we will have to become friends with a vampire who has ability to turn you in one. So in Forgotten Hollow, you can travel to either Vlad's house or Vatore's house. I find quite difficult to become a friend with Vlad, so I would recommend you to become a friend with either Caleb or Lilith Vatore. Both of them have the ability to turn you into a vampire when you will ask for it once you will have high level of friendship. Once you will befriend a vampire who has the ability to create vampires, you will be able to click on them, and now I'm going to more choices, friendly, more choices again, and there is the option to ask to turn. Click that option and the transformation will start with this animation. From this point, it will take about 2 to 3 days to turn your sim into a fully vampire form. From this moment, your sim will get uncomfortable moodlet, and this one is called strangely hungry. This one adds 1 point to your uncomfortable moodlet, but it will get gradually worse. Food will start to taste terrible to your sims and it will make them nauseous. When the transformation phase is over, your sim will turn into a vampire and you will get this animation. This will also reveal your dark form, and let's say that I wasn't really happy with the dark form of my vampire. But don't worry, you can change it in Create a Sim when you will change the outfit. After the successful transformation, you will notice that the needs will change for your sim. You will now have vampire energy, there's no hunger anymore, but instead of that you have thirst, social bar is still there, hygiene and fun, and you have also ranking for your vampire and power points. This works very similar like any other occult sims. Here you have your vampire powers. Once you will rank higher, you will unlock more points that you will be able to invest into your vampire powers. So choose wisely what you want to do and which way you want your vampire to go. And with these powers comes another option to turn your sim into a vampire, because if you already have a vampire in your game that you play with, you can select vampire power, which is called vampire creation. Because my sim just turned into a vampire, she doesn't have any power yet, but we will walk through the vampire lore to get this power unlocked, and then we will be able to turn other sims into vampires with my sim. Or you can switch and play as Vlad, Caleb or Lilith, because they already have the ability to turn other sims into vampires, and you can make them to turn your sim into a vampire from their perspective. Once you will play as a vampire who has the ability to turn other sims into vampires, click on the sim that you want to turn into a vampire and go to option More Choices. Select Vampire option and then option Turn into Vampire. The transformation will start and this sim will turn into a vampire in approximately 2 or 3 days. If you want a really fast option how to turn any sim into a vampire, we have a cheat option. Open a cheat console with CTRL+SHIFT+C and type this cheat. Traits dot equip underscore trait space trait underscore occult vampire and press enter. Now you can see that the plumbob changed into an occult plumbob and you have different needs for your sim. If you want to revert this, you can open the cheat console again and type cheat traits dot remove underscore trait space trait underscore occult vampire and press enter. You can see that the plumbob changed into a normal one and your sim will have no longer needs of vampire. Now I will talk about a lot trait option which is called dark ley line. First we will have to switch to build mode, so enter the build mode with this icon and then go to venue info icon. Once you will be here, head to this icon with a question mark, which is called Traits panel, and open it. Now you can add a lot trait if you will click on one of these options to pick a trait, and then you will scroll down to look for an option called On a Dark Ley Line. Once you will add this lot trait to your lot, there is a high chance of conceiving a baby on this lot that will be a vampire. This way your sim can give a birth to a vampire baby even if your sims are both non-occult sims. The baby is born, and to be able to tell if they are a vampire or not, the best way to tell is to wait for their infant stage. Once you will be able to select them, you will be able to see the plumbob above their head and you can see that my baby is a vampire. If you found this video helpful and you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider to subscribe, like this video, hype it or share it if you want to. And I hope that you will find some other videos on my channel that you would like to watch, because there are plenty of them related to all the Sims games. Thank you so much for watching and bye for now.